Okay, so we have a very important information coming out. Experts raises alarm. They're sounding the alarm here. Mega tsunami warning. Could a 1,000-foot tsunami hit the U.S. Pacific coast? Well, you guys already know there's been some strong magnitude going on in 2025. 8.8 in Russia. There was a 8.3 in Drake Passage, which was downgraded to a 7.5. I do believe earlier this year, I think it was January or February, I think there was a 8.0 in the Caribbeans, if I'm not mistaken. But we've seen some strong magnitude tsunamis, volcanic eruption, and we basically seen a great shaking, the heavens and the earth, and the Bible says that there would be some shaking to come. So we're gonna see what's going on with this news here, guys. And I did talk about this last night over at Grand Supreme News Channel, but we do have more updates, and we're gonna see what's going on with this story here. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support what keeps us on the air. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, so a Virginia Tech study warns of a potential mega tsunami along the U.S. Pacific coast. It says here triggered by a major earthquake in the Cascadia Subduction Zone. A coastal region faced sudden land subsidence and massive waves, posing unprecedented risk to millions. Now, researchers urge immediate actions for improved early warning system and resilient infrastructure to minimize potential devastation. So experts are saying it's very important that we need to get prepared now. We need to get ready. We need an early warning system put in place for the West Coast. And not only that, we talked about National Guard being deployed over in Arkansas, the New Madrid, all right? So they are preparing for that one too. Now, guys, I want to pull up this information really quick. This was posted by Newsweek back in May 12, 2025. And they warned about a megaquake. This is way before Russia got hit with the megaquake. Scientists warn a megaquake event in coastal cities could be imminent. And it happened. You got the megaquake that happened in Russia and some other strong quake. So this was posted back in May 12. We're going to see what's going on with this one here too, guys. So you have experts. They put out an accurate prediction. We've seen the megaquake. And that was back in July, I think it was. I think it was July 27. All right, so let's go with this news article first, the mega tsunami. Let's go with that one, and then we're gonna go to Newsweek. All right, do me a favor, hit that like, guys. Hit that like, hit that notification bell. Thank you again for your support. Scientists are sounding the alarm about a potentially devastating mega tsunami that could strike the U.S. Pacific coast, triggered by a powerful earthquake along the Cascadia Subduction Zone. This fault line, which spans approximately 600 miles from northern California to Vancouver Island, is under immense tectonic pressure as the Juan de Fuca plate slowly forced beneath the North American plate. A research team from Virginia Tech, led by geoscientist Tina, estimates there is a 15% chance of an earthquake measuring magnitude 8.0 or higher occurring in this region within the next 50 years. I just don't see the next 50 years. I just don't see that happening, guys. I do believe it's a lot sooner, especially that volcano in the Pacific Ocean, not far from Oregon. That thing could blow at any moment, and it could shift tectonic plates. So that 50 years, all that could change with that massive blast from the Pacific Ocean volcano. Their finding published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences warned that such an earthquake could cause coastal land to suddenly drop by as much as 6.5 feet. This abrupt shift would drastically expand flood zones and generate tsunami waves that could reach hundreds of feet in height. The resulting destruction would pose a serious warning to millions, essential infrastructure and fragile ecosystem along the west coast. Tsunami warning along the Cascadia Subduction Zone. The Cascadia Subduction Zone is one of North America's most hazardous fault lines, according to the Virginia Tech research team. Over a century, tectonic stress builds as the oceanic Juan de Fuca plate is forced beneath the North American plate. Now it says here, when this stress is released during a major earthquake, coastal regions could experience sudden land subsidence, dramatically increasing floodplain areas and altering shorelines almost instantly. So what do you think should be prioritized to mitigate tsunami risk? There's one of these questions here. I want to pick one. So, early warning system and evacuation plan, resilient infrastructure. What's going on here? Okay, resilient infrastructure and community drills. Hmm. I say all the above, but they don't have that option. Early warning system, they have one. Okay, there's an early warning system out there. It's called a shake alert, all right? And evacuation planning, y'all should already be having all that stuff ready. All right, so resilient infrastructure and community drills, I would go with that one, number 2. Let's click on that. No! In order for me to see my vote or and stuff like that, I have to sign in. And then they're gonna make me, use my PayPal credit card and stuff like that. So we don't know the result to that, but I'm guessing it was number 2. It was the second one. All right. So the last great earthquake along this fault occurred in 1700, triggering a tsunami recorded as far away as Japan. The Virginia Tech study emphasizes that a similar event today would have far more devastating effects due to dense populations, developed urban infrastructure, and critical transportation networks along the coast. Researchers warn that rapid inundation could leave little time for evacuation, magnifying the human and economic toll. The potential for mega-tsunami warning. Here's the thing, guys. There's no way to evacuate when you see something like that. I mean, the only thing you could do is get down to your knees and repent. Because this thing, if it does happen, I mean, the ground will, again, California will snap and stuff and go towards the Pacific. There's no running away from that. It's like the movie 2012. When you have that one guy in a limousine, he's driving, he's trying to make it to pick up his ex-wife and his kids and stuff. I mean, it's going to end up looking like that. According to simulation conducted by Dua and her team, a major Cascadia Subduction Zone earthquake could generate a mega-tsunami with waves potentially reaching up to 1,000 feet, far surpassing typical tsunami heights of only a few feet. Coastal cities, including Seattle, Portland, and towns in Northern California, could be submerged within minutes. The Virginia Tech study ran tens of thousands of models showing that thousands more people, buildings, miles of roads will be impacted to flooding than current hazard maps predict. The force of such waves could reshape coastlines, erode entire beaches, and permanently alter the geography of the Pacific Northwest. And it says here researchers emphasize that such an event will combine sudden ground subsidence with extreme wave height, creating conditions unlike any historical tsunami in the region. The study highlights the urgent need for improved early warning system, evacuation planning, and resilient infrastructure to minimize potential loss of, what? Researchers conclude that proactive measures taken now could significantly reduce the risk posed by a future Cascadia mega-tsunami. So they are really serious about this preparation here. They're really serious about this one here, guys. Areas at highest risk of tsunami. The Virginia Tech research identifies southern Washington, northern Oregon, and northern California as the regions most vulnerable to flooding from a Cascadia Subduction Zone. Give me a second here. I think I read that part. No, actually, no, I haven't. And northern California as the region most vulnerable to flooding from Cascadia Subduction Zone. I think I read that part, right? No, I haven't read this part. Okay, so while Alaska and Hawaii also face tsunami risk due to their own seismic activity, they are geographically farther from the Cascadia Subduction Zone and would experience less immediate threat. Low-lying coastal zones along the fault line could face permanent inundation, particularly when combined with, I'm going to skip that name, driven sea level rise projected by 2100. That's crazy, 2100. That's like 73 years from now. I think 72 or something like that. 2100. Imagine how the world's going to look like in 2100. I mean, I see people with unicorns and different color hairs, and it's just a whole different ball game. The study underscores that communities must prioritize flood resilient urban planning, fortification of critical infrastructure, and preparation for long-term displacement scenarios. Emergency planners are advised to use the study simulation to guide evacuation routes, reinforce hospital and shelters, and prepare for cascading impact to energy, water, and transportation system. Urgency of preparedness for tsunami and earthquake. Researchers led by Tina highlights that a Cascadia Subduction Zone earthquake has the potential to generate a large tsunami, making advanced planning an important priority. The study notes that while such an event could cause significant impact, careful preparedness can also reduce risk. Factors such as evacuation planning, stronger building codes, and resilient infrastructure are seen as practical steps to improve community safety. Researchers also point out that rising sea levels may add to future challenges, making coordinated efforts even more important. According to DUA, cooperation between local policymakers, and residents through early warning system and community preparedness activity can strengthen resilience. And it says here the Virginia Tech study conclude that proactive measures taken today can significantly minimize long-term damage, protect vulnerable populations, and ensure quicker recovery for coastal community after a catastrophic tsunami event in the future. They are preparing for worst case scenario, for Mega-Tsunami warning. Alright, so we're going to go with this next news here, guys. I want to bring this one up really quick. Scientists warn a mega-quake event in coastal cities could be imminent. This was posted back in May 12, 2025. Remember, the 8.8 happened in July. So these scientists were on point with that monster megaquake. A scientist has warned that the next big event could be imminent if a megaquake shakes the Pacific Northwest. It did shake the Pacific Northwest. Man, that 8.8 shook the entire Pacific. It has. It basically activated a whole bunch of tsunami warning. Hawaii, Guam, California, South America, Alaska, Asian regions. I mean, it did cause to activate tsunami. Tina, isn't that the same I just read that news article, the new one, which came out yesterday, and now we have Tina again. So this is the same person here. She's putting out the warning again. Tina, a geoscience professor at Virginia Tech, was the lead author. We're going to skip a lot of this stuff here. All right, so she's basically saying that a powerful earthquake and rising sea levels due to, okay, I don't think it's due to that, but again, it's basically due to, I do believe, the signs of the heavens. It starts with the sun. The sun is getting bigger, and we are definitely seeing a lot of changes happening, not only in the planet, but also the entire heavens elements. So we worry about the next big event being imminent. Normally, scientists and planners consider rising ocean caused by melting ice and warming water. But Tina group took a closer look at a different warning that could happen very suddenly. Land dropping by up to 2 meters during a major earthquake along the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Alright, that stretches from northern California to Washington. Alright, so I'm just going to skip this one here, guys. But I'm going to leave this 2 news article in my description box. But this is where we at. These scientists are really sounding the alarm. So you have, again, you have meteorologists. Well, you have USGS sounding the alarm. And you have NASA sounding the alarm when it comes to the interstellar that's heading towards our planet. So signs of the heavens and the earth are shaking. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will keep you updated when it comes to these earthquake and tsunami alert. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.